I'm live. Got my friend chat on for all you French fucks. Where's my son? Where's my son? That fucking douche. Pie in the house. Raymond, how's it hanging? Got Nikki here, Pie Eater. Got the whole crew. Mitchie. We got Roller. Good evening, guys. How are you? See, I decided to wear my France hat. You know, look at one of them French painters. I was going to say French faggot painters, but I'll get it deleted. So, but my son's been good. He hasn't been deleting my stuff, and I shouldn't say that word anyway. All right, I don't know where he is. Fuck him. Who needs him? He says that I begged him to do the show today. Thanks, Nick. I'm a legend in my own mind. Wants to see a picture of you playing Santa. Oh, yeah, did I tell you that? Fucking my daughter's teacher at school. She's asked me to fucking play Santa Claus at school, and I said, she's like, I think you'd make the perfect, Santa Claus. You're very happy. Go look. That's not. I'm the fucking fattest father there. Don't give me that bullshit. Anyway, no, I didn't. I skated. Eric, I won. I don't know in total, because I bet that they'd get to the final. I bet that they get through the first two stages. So, the one ticket, the future ticket, was plus 610. So I cashed 61,000 on that ticket. So, no, I didn't hedge. I actually didn't. And actually, I didn't even watch the game. I got up. It was really odd because I got up. I went to sleep. I think probably around 10, about 9 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And I got up, it was like 1:45. And so the first thing I do is I run down to my office, get into the computer, and do the squeeze. I put the headline, and then it's something that's like the greatest World Cup, the craziest World Cup in world history, in World Cup history, or something like that. Right then, I grabbed my ankles, figure I'm going to bend down. I know I'm fucked. And then I saw they had a picture of Messi, and I said, okay, it worked out well. But the odd thing is, and I don't know if any of you have thought about this, it's ever happened in your mind. When I won, when I found out I won, and when I cashed my ticket, I had no. Here he is. Look at this guy.
What's up?
Nothing. You might should have took the fucking hat. This way or this way.
I mean, either way, you look like a pedo. So, I mean, pick your poison. Either way, you're likely not allowed to be near any schools wearing that thing.
Oh boy. Have I had bigger future cash? Yeah, last year, what I win on Kansas, about 180,000 on the future on Kansas, on my Kansas future. I think Kansas might have been the biggest one that I had.
Well, yeah, because you had multiple outs.
Yeah, I had Kansas. No, it's got to be backwards. I had Kansas last year to win the national championship. Yeah, what's up with the fucking hair?
This is the hair after a workout. I figured whether I came before or after, I'd I could rock a hat right now, but then the hat's gonna be all sweaty. But I mean, it's got like a salad look to it. Wouldn't you agree?
You look like fucking Sid Vicious. You don't even know who Sid Vicious is.
I don't even know who that is.
He's old time punk rocker. Yeah, see, Manny knows, right? Manny, Sid Vicious, remember him? That crazy fucker.
What's up, Mitch? Mitch, I'm just trying to keep up with you for March. I got a long way to go.
So listen to this. I'm in trouble at home. Speaking of March. Sharon buys, did I tell you, I think I mentioned she bought me, your sister, and her tickets to Italy. It's a surprise. Yeah, we're going to Italy, blah, blah, blah. So I when she told us, I don't listen to her, right? So Sex Pistols, correct. There you go. So I told her today, I said, when are we going to Italy? She says, like, well, I think we're going to be there. We're going in March. And it's like, well, what are we going to do? So she's like, oh, we're going to go see, Samantha wants to see the Coliseum, all this bullshit, And he said, no tours. That's for fucking tourists. We don't do tours. I'm not doing. I said, I'm not going. So she's like, why? I said, I got family on like near Naples. I want to go maybe visit them. Said, no, we're going to stay in Rome and we're going to do this. We're going to sight that. No, I'm not doing that shit. She said, I thought you said that you wanted your daughter to have fucking, you wanted to have her get a better grasp of her Italian heritage. I said, if that's the case, I'll take her to fucking North Jersey. It's a 5-hour drive. I got to go to Italy for that. So now they're both pissed at me because I'm like, oh, and plus it's March Madness, and they don't fucking put basketball on there. Mark, what's going on? Yeah, no. So they're fucking pissed off, but I'm not going. There's too many fucking Italians there. I mean, I don't try to stay away from people.
I do. Obviously, you have a stronger Italian heritage than I do, but I think you're at the point in your life where you prefer a fake Italian versus a real one.
I don't like the heavy duty Italians. You know, the Italians that try to be more Italian than they are. I don't like them motherfuckers. Like to me,
like Super Mario, like Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, or them jerk offs from Jersey Shore. Those are jerk offs. Those aren't real Italians. Those are, I don't know. I just.
Dad, what are your thoughts on Wes's? Look like I've been doing coke for 24 hours. Let me tell you something. If I did coke for 24 hours, I probably would look a little paler. But I know I'm pale to begin with, but I'd probably look a little paler.
If he did coke for 24 hours, if he did coke for 24 hours, the fucking half of it would be here. Yeah. So they're pissed at me for not wanting to do that. You know what? Just to bring this up, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, and I'm sure it doesn't happen to you, but for no apparent reason, my dick gets hard 3 or 4 times a day. For no reason. For no reason at all. Now, you're a younger guy. Does that happen to you?
That does not happen to me.
Man, what the fuck's wrong with you? I don't know. So,
then again, the difference between you and I is I don't take Cialis.
I've never gotten an illegitimate hard on in my life. A fake. I've never juiced. I've never met right-handed guy. I don't need to. Look, the day I have to. Fuck that. The day I have to take that shit, I'm done fucking. I don't do it. It's not. That's a fake hard on. It's not real.
I'll tell you what. Not to take us off non-sports talk, but I'm quick to talk about how we have bad weekends. We collectively had a really good weekend, you and I.
Yeah, good Sunday. Anyway, yeah, I did okay. You know, and it's something I wanted to tell you, and to actually tell everybody. So I won the game, and I woke up and nothing, like no fist pump, no yes, you know. And then I spent a couple of sessions at the sports book, and this weekend, the Colts game, just so many different crazy money swinging games, and you see people, the joy, then the misery in that fucking blink of an eye, and I'm saying to myself, man, is this worth it? I mean, like, I'm doing this a long time, so like you always say, like, you're immune to it, but you don't like. It wasn't like a great rush that I want. Like, I don't get it anymore. It's kind of just like a matter of fact. So I'm saying to myself, like, why go through the aggravation? You know, you hear people saying, hey, you know, you make a lot of money. Why don't you just like bet like 10 times the amount you normally bet? And I always say, you kind of bet where your rush level is. So I can't bet $100,000 a game. I get a bad streak, I'll be fucking living with you. I can't bet $100 a game. I bet $100 a game. There's no fucking, what's the point? You know, I don't need $100. I mean, I would think of myself as like, if I bet $100 a game, not winning 100, but like losing 99 or something. It's just weird. But I look at it. So it's just like so matter of fact. But I see the losses and I say, wow, I mean, I seen a guy that had fucking the Colts on the money line. He almost fucking died. I seen a guy yesterday have the Patriots in a fucking teaser. I thought he was going to jump out the window. I mean, like, you see these games. And here, if you guys don't believe me, watch it. I bet it. Trust me. 3,300 first half. Ravens. First half. 3,300. They outplay him for whole first half. They get stuffed.
I know. Yeah, I watched it. It was like a 50-yarder that he missed.
It wasn't 50. It doesn't matter. But when the fucking announcer, I think it's what was his name, Moose Johnson or whoever his name is, that motherfucker.
Oh, Gus. Yeah, Gus Johnson.
Whatever his name is, whoever he was, says, well, I'll tell you what. If you're Cleveland, it's not bad being down 3-3 at the half, and the guy's like not even lined up for the field goal yet. It's because what's the kicker's name?
Tucker.
Tucker is fucking automatic. I said to myself, There is no way in a million fucking years this guy is going to make this field goal, even though he doesn't miss a field goal ever. I mean, that's like a fucking fourth and inches. And then he hits the fucking, shoots the field goal, and bam, I mean, he misses it. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. But like, I'm upset for a small amount of money, but not happy for a large amount of money. So I think the way these games are ending, it seems like they're all ending the same way. Wes, you do get a couple of random ones. Yeah, just for no reason, right? They're pretty good. That's awesome.
Sue, don't be hating on the hair. The hair's fine. Hair's fine.
The hair's fine. Minshew on Saturday. What do you guys think of Minshew on Saturday?
So I'll tell you this, John. The only thing I could say is that I mentioned this on Twitter as well, and I gave this out, of course, to our members earlier today. And it was kind of obviously luck with Hurts, with what's his name, Hurts being out presumably. But when I saw Dallas money line minus 115 this morning, I mean, I thought that was one of the biggest overreactions that I've seen in weeks. I mean, Dallas should be a field goal favorite against Philly. But obviously, I had an added benefit of Jalen Hurts now randomly being out with a shoulder injury, and now the line is Dallas -6. So, yeah, I mean, it was fortunate in my end, but I promise you, I was already heavily invested on Dallas at minus 115 money line, whether Hurts was in or not. I didn't really care. Dallas is a team that on paper just pops off spreadsheets. I get it. Dak Prescott seems to black out occasionally during games.
Occasionally, all the time.
And Mike McCarthy's let's be honest, that interception into the game was not his fault. But the guy dropped it was right in his chest. He bobbled the ball into the other guy's hands for an interception. Now Dak has obviously not been great, but let's be honest, McCarthy hasn't been great either. They were up 17 in the third quarter, and defense just kind of collapsed. Credit to Jacksonville, but look, to me, I still rank Dallas really high. They're a team nobody wants to see in the playoffs. They'll travel well because they run well. They play good defense. They have arguably the best pass rusher currently in the game. But yeah,
real good defense, giving up blowing a 17-point fourth quarter lead.
But again, I look at it like Dallas struggled with Houston, and let's not forget Houston almost beat Kansas City yesterday. Then Dallas struggles with Jacksonville, who, by the way, is playing some of their best football of the year. I've said this before. I know this sounds silly. I would have Jacksonville favored on a neutral field versus Minnesota right now.
I would have the Lions favorite on a neutral field against Minnesota. I mean, the Lions are playing. I bet the Lions. I've been riding.
Their home road splits scare me. Like I hear people saying like, oh, what if I'd be afraid to play the Lions in the playoffs. I wouldn't, because you're going to get Jared Goff on the road. They're going to be a wild card. I would not. I'd actually sign up to play the Lions on the road with Jared Goff having to go outdoors. If you're Jared Goff, you just hope the game's indoors because that guy can't throw outdoors. I mean, that game yesterday was won because Zach Wilson is the worst quarterback in the NFL. Like, if you bet the Lions, you were betting them because if you bet the Jets or I guess whatever, you're betting the Lions because literally their quarterback was Zach Wilson yesterday. That was why you bet them.
Right. That's why didn't I say that? I said I don't know if this team is gonna embrace him. And how do you fucking not bet a team that this Lion team? They actually believe. I mean, they got some kind of like togetherness or whatever. They've bonded. This coach has got them. They're playing well. They're winning. They think they can win all the time. It's crazy. It's crazy to bet against them in any spot. And like I say, Goff, I know he's bad. He's had a history of being bad, but he's not bad now. And that's what I think we got to look at. What's happening now, not what we see.
I am. His QBR on the road compared to what it is at home is night and day this year.
Yeah.
But again, I get it. They're a flashy team. They look good on offense, and obviously when they're home, they look even better. But
they've actually been playing good defense lately. It's been odd. For a team that was like praying for shootouts, they've actually not been playing bad.
They did happen to squeak in 440 yards to Kirk Cousins a week and a half ago, but neither here nor there.
It's them kind of games.
I will say this, Magnani, because that's a good point, because I am quick to shit on Josh Allen, how he pisses down his leg. The difference for me with Allen and Dak is I put Allen in a totally different category than Dak. Like Allen is like,
they're not even in the same sentence.
Allen is like the elite of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL, and the fact that dude seems to always piss down his leg in critical moments. Again, I consider Dak a mid quarterback, maybe top 12, top 13, but
there's three. There's three in any order you want to pick. There's Burrow, there's Allen, and there's Mahomes. And I'll tell you what, if people keep talking about Mahomes and Allen, forget Burrow. Burrow might be better than both of them.
Burrow's fantastic. It was such a shame for me to finally see Brady and the Bucs play a good half of football yesterday. Arguably their best half of football of the year. and then Brady follows it up with 3 turnovers in the third quarter. It's just like, to me, it was like, if there's one thing Brady's done well this year, it's not turn the ball over, and he did it 3 times in the same quarter with a lead against Cincinnati. It was pretty wild to me. But needless to say, just football will be football.
Okay, I need to get this out for you degenerates that want to bet a game right now. I took a position on Siena first half end game. I got first half +1 against the St. Bonaventure. The game is going to start in about 15 minutes. So I'm playing Siena on the money line for the game +115. And then first half I got +1. I mean, I didn't bet the money line in the first half. I couldn't find one. I was just too lazy to look. So I will have some more plays, but if you guys need to get on that now, get on Siena. I mean, the only thing I can tell you is this is kind of odd. Siena gets a home game tonight. Okay, so all right, it's a home game, right? Then they go back on the road for 3 more road games. They will not play another home game after tonight until January 6th. That's a long fucking time. So this will be the only time they're going to play on campus until January 6th. I got to feel the place is going to be pretty crowded. I have a feeling it's going to be loud. And Siena's played some pretty good. Siena's big. I mean, you look at Siena. I watched them play Florida State. I'm not saying Florida State's good. They beat Florida State, but they were fucking bigger and longer, and they make shots. They're a pretty good team. St. Bonaventure they haven't played many good teams. The line's actually moved in their favor. I don't know why, but I think Siena's the better team, and they're at home. So I bet Siena. So like I said, I'll have more stuff. We could talk about the football game if you want. I did something really stupid in the football game.
I'll be honest. So I was fortunate enough to hit the over and a teaser in that college game today. I don't love anything in this Monday Night Football game. I mean, I'm interested in your thoughts. The reason before you go, the reason I don't love anything is the Rams shouldn't even be trying to win games, yet Baker Mayfield sparked a comeback last week. The Packers could win out, and it's not like, I mean, obviously it's a stretch, but they're playing their best football of the year right now. Currently, It's not great football, but it's their best football. And if they win out, I mean, if people are talking about the Lions sneaking in, like technically the Packers could sneak in. But anyway, I think the Packers have a lot to play for. I think motivation is a little overrated, though, especially with 4 weeks left in the year for a team. But I don't know how you can feel really good about any money line total bet. I think you can screw around with a teaser today. I probably will at a light level. But what did you like, if anything, tonight? I mean, actually, I know who you like.
No, and the funny part about it is I sent out the Rams on the members pick earlier in the week. But if I'm betting an underdog, I'm not betting it until late. So I've not bet the game yet. Truth be told, I wind up doing something kind of silly. Not silly, but something that after the week that transpired, I said, let me look what happened. And what came to my mind was, by fluke, Green Bay wins out. They could be in the playoffs. The way everything broke yesterday. Again, I don't see – I'm a Baker Mayfield guy. I think he's a tough kid. I think he got a bad rap. It's going to be real, real tough to go into that cold weather where the team doesn't really care if they win or they lose. I just think – I don't know. I think Green Bay starts out quick. So I took -0.5 first quarter Green Bay. I took Green Bay -4 in the first half. I think the kid comes out, Mayfield, the Rams come out a little stiff, and maybe Green Bay jumps on him early. And that's all I did. Nothing serious, something that I like. I got more money on Siena than that. And I got basketball tomorrow and football tomorrow. So I'll get you guys all caught up on all that stuff. But, I would think Green Bay early to strike fast, first half, first quarter. Then after that, watching the second half of football, you got to get your fucking head examined. Watching the last play of football, you got to get your head examined. I'm at the point now where I'm not even happy when a team scores. The team scores a goal and people will go fucking crazy. I'm waiting for everything's in the replay. Was he offsides? Was he not offsides? The team scores a fucking touchdown. It's got to be review. Review what? It was a clear touchdown. Well, he did have his hand in the guy's dick. I mean, no. I mean, fuck that. You just don't know anymore. It's just fuck that. It's just too nerve-wracking. But I will say this, Jay, I'm gonna mention this. I'm sure we're gonna talk about this at another time. But funny thing that happened, guys, and I want your thoughts on it. on Friday. We get done with the show. So what happens is the show closes out, and me and JJ are on there. We're just kind of talking about, meth, crystal meth, and shit like that. Father son shit. No, we were just having a normal conversation. The show went good. What are you doing this weekend? Blah blah. So as we're talking, right? What was the game that was on TV? Friday.
The game
Louisville.
the game you said you'd bring home. Yeah, the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the Louisville game is on TV, and I think you had Louisville with me, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there saying, we're talking. I'm saying, the fuck you doing? Don't run out of bounds. And then we're sitting there talking, and then Jenny's like, "What are you, a pussy? Do this." And we're sitting there for about, all I know is about 20 minutes go by, and we're just kind of like, we're doing play-by-play and color on the game, but I didn't even realize just how, as we're having conversation. And I said, you know what would be great? I think this would be awesome. People, we watch these games, and you hear all the Tony Romos and all these guys blowing these fucking football players. Oh, that was a great try. Oh, the hustle. First man in, last man out when it comes to practice, all the hustle. But you never hear a broadcast where everyday guys talk. Guys like us, right? I want to listen to a game and say, why that dumb motherfucker on 4th and 4, he goes off sides. Is this no wonder why he went to fucking Clemson, that dumb prick. Like, you don't ever hear that. Or don't say anything about the field goal. We don't want the fucking jinx. Don't jinx that, you motherfucker, you jinxed it. Come on, white guy, you got to be faster than that. Then you go to boarding school. I mean, like, just some fun and doing the game. And I have to believe that, given the opportunity, like, you see the Manning cast and they have a lot of fun doing it. I would have to believe, if I'm doing play-by-play and Jetty is doing color on a game where we're watching on TV and you guys are here, or who's on the road, or who's, watching the game as we're watching it and hearing how we announce it as opposed to how they announce it, or if you're just maybe at work or at the mall and you can't watch it, I think it would be not only hysterical, it would be fun, and I think you'd probably get more out of the game than you could imagine. I think it'd be a great. I don't know how we can do it. I mean, I know how we can do it, but I think it's something that would take a week prep to get people to know. Otherwise, we can't say, hey, we're going to do the game tonight or tomorrow. It would be something we'd have to zero in, like on maybe the championship game or like the Ohio State game. We're going to do that game, and then maybe like a week later, or during basketball, like on Big Monday, we'll do the 7:00 game or something like that. But like, it can't be an everyday thing. It'd be like a Facts Friday, but I think people would love it. I think it would be great, and obviously it would be called the Facts Cast.
Now, just so I guess everybody's clear, so you're more or less implying that if people are watching the game, and most people, I'll be honest, there's probably a decent amount of people that watch the game on mute anyway.
Yeah.
But if you're watching the game, you're implying mute the TV.
Yes.
And then we would do the play-by-play while we're watching the game.
Exactly. So you're sitting in your living room, your dick in your hand, your beer in your other hand, and you're watching the game. Just put the thing on mute, and then you hear us call the game the right way, the real way.
I think the right way is kind of funny, but I do believe that. So Magnani, you bring up a good point. I think what would have to happen is my dad and I would have to make sure that we're up to date enough. Like, for instance, Dad, I know I have DirecTV and DirecTV is slower. Wherever I'd have to do it from the TV, and this is going to come off the wrong way, but I have Optimum and DirecTV. I'm going to have to do it from a TV where I have Optimum, because Optimum will be faster, and because we have to be on the same page. Like, we have to, because ultimately, if you're 10 seconds ahead of me, that ain't going to do us no good.
It will do the Facts Cast good, because at least I can say it first and you can comment on it.
But yeah, I mean, I'd definitely be down. I think that from a maybe entertainment's too strong a word, but I do believe I, as a color guy, could bring as much stats as these clowns do, and
absolutely
a little more entertainment value. And then it's kind of like R-rated, right? I think right now you get this like PG, and to your point on like the bar talk, when you're watching a game at a bar and they go for a 4th and 3 or a 4th and 7 and they run the ball or something, and you're thinking, what in the fucking world? Like, are we kidding? Whereas the color guy's like, well, that was an interesting play call. All right, well, commercial break. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. It would be nice to get a little more reality.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is something that would be fun, and also, yeah, I mean, it's just, and also, instead, and factor in like you're watching a game and you see the Miami receiver catch a ball. Oh, for you fantasy guys, it's a really big play on that spot. That's got to be, that puts him at so and so points. You throw something like that in for the jerk offs that do fantasy.
Consistent. We talk betting. I think that even still, it's
right now. Like I'll be doing it. I'll be doing it, and like I got the other computer right now, guys. Live right now. I know they're down 30-0, but you can get the Vikings at plus 4,500 right now, and bang, just and as plays go on, we start talking shit like that. And it's basically going to be from a gambling perspective. But come on, that's not pass interference. What are you? How the fuck you throw that flag? I mean, you can see the guy sold it. I think it would work. I think it has to be marketed right, where people would know. So that means I'd have to put out the old Twitters and the old people from the forum that come by, and
you could grow it. I mean, obviously, even if we did it even if we started if it only doing like a one half of football just to see if people enjoyed it or not.
Right? Yeah, we would have to do it. We'd have to do it that way.
We go from there, but I do like I wouldn't consider it a betting show where like we're just giving out constant bets. But I think that it would be less. While betting has been less and less taboo, or more and more taboo, I guess however you want to describe it. They're still not referencing things while you're watching the games, like at all. Like, I mean, yeah, before the game they'll stop it. Yeah, that's it. This field goal probably has a lot of potential at the end of the game, but like during the game, I think it's a good point. Tyreek Hill grabs a 27-yard catch that puts him at this number. Be honest, his live number's worth hitting now on the under if you like. But either way, you just kind of talk on things that more or less just talk on things that these guys aren't.
Like it's 3rd and 4. What do you do here, Jay? Do you run his 2 downs, or you just fucking throw an alley-oop up and get this thing in? What do you do? I pound Zeke twice up the middle. Okay, I mean I throw the alley-oop, try to get it. Then just things that people don't get. Look, I mean, I know the game's out of reach, but if they kick a fucking field goal here and the other team scores and goes for 2, the game goes over. Where things that people don't even mention that. I mean, it's 10 minutes to go, but nobody's even thinking about that. I got to wear a CBS blazer.
That would be pretty funny. That would be funny. We both just wear blazers.
Yeah. No, it'll be like I'll wear a blazer.
With a nipple out.
Faxcast, you'll wear one that says Run Pure Sports or Run Pure Bets, and we'll get them. Then what I think would even be nice is every once in a while we'll get somebody we'll get Holden to come in for 15 minutes as the sideline reporter. Holden, what do you got from the sidelines? Well, I Susie Colbert got some nice tits. Yeah, come on, what are you saying? Or we'll get Joe. We'll get Ray.
Stoned Holden from the sidelines.
Yeah, we'll get Ray to come in. It's like, Ray, what do you see on the field there? We got Ray on the field. Ray, what do you see? Man, it's cold as a motherfucker out here. Ray, come on, put a coat on. What do you see? What do you
think it could work because ultimately we can stick them with like a Zoom background where like a turf is behind them and just have them start talking about it. We could even put turf behind us. I mean, just I guess for the feel of it. But no, I personally think it's a good idea. I think that we could definitely pull it off. Obviously, some of you guys have shown some interest in it. I mean, yeah, if you guys collectively want interest in it, I'll make a Twitter post about it. See if there's a little more interest in it. I wouldn't even know from a legal or compliance end. Like, are we up against any hurdles?
No. The reason you're not is because everybody's doing, talking about what we're discussing a game. I mean, people do it all the time. It's just like when people are on a radio show. Like I watch a radio show and you hear, in Frisco they just kicked the field goal in Frisco. Wow, that was a bad call. These local radio stations don't have. They're not kicking back to the NFL. No, it's not. Barstool does it too. So it's
Yeah, I mean, count me in. I can definitely come prepared as I need to.
I don't prepare. I just fucking wing. I don't want to prepare. All you got to tell me is who's playing, who's the guy from Compton that's real fast.
What's up, Tyler?
Tyler, my man Abe. As long as you don't do this show.
Yeah, I think Abraham's right. As long as we don't show the game and we mute the game so it can't be heard back.
We're just giving our takes on it.
Yeah, I think.
I told you Abe was a fucking Jewish lawyer. Good job, Abe. Mazel tov.
I think. I think why not? Yeah, I mean, I think other people might be doing it or not, but I do think it'd be decent entertainment value.
They won't be doing it as good as us. That's right. Aaron Andrews with cold weather titties. That's the shit that Ray could cover. Before I went to, I fucking don't. I don't shit. When I used to do radio, I never fucking. They used to give me a script. I go like this. Fuck out of here. script. What are you going to talk about? Whatever fucking comes to my mind. No, you can't do that. Sure, I can.
Well, Magnani, when you say used to get shit like they trolled him, or used to get shit like because he shouldn't be doing it? Actually, I mean, there's got to be people that are doing. I mean, I can't imagine.
Of course. I mean, if anything, you're helping the product. You're having more people involved in it. Anytime you mention the word NFL, it's not like we're getting a fucking check from the NFL for doing it, or we're getting compensated for doing it. It's one thing if we're selling fucking NFL gear while we're doing it. Oh, by the way, that was a great pass there by Aaron Rodgers. Right now, visit our website at fucking sportsfans.com where you can get that Aaron Rodgers jersey for
JJ Buck and Fax Aikman.
Yeah. No, Aikman's a fact. You got to switch that around. He is. Nobody ever seen his wife. He doesn't talk in Dallas. I used to live in Dallas. I know. All right. I need to like do what I do. I know you want to sit here and pull your prick, but
I will just tell you this, Eric. So my thoughts are different on this game than the Buffalo game. So my thoughts, if you remember, Eric, on the Buffalo game, where the total, first of all, there ended up being like no snow in the game anyway, and number two, you have two explosive offenses, and the reason people were betting it under was just because of snow potential, no wind, snow potential. Tonight it's cold, but the problem is these offenses suck. So it's apples and oranges as in relation to it being cold or not. I also don't think cold is that impacting to a total unless it's like absolutely bitter. It's really wind again that matters. But to me, it's apples and oranges this game versus the Buffalo game in terms of liking the total over because these offenses are not nearly as efficient. So that's why I'm kind of so in the total at 39.5. I feel like it's a fair number.
He said it's a fair number. It must be a fair number. Got to put my hat back on. All right. So, guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some. How long have we been on? All right, not bad. Ball games tomorrow. I bet San Jose State minus 3.5 against Eastern Michigan, and I think it's the Idaho Potato Bowl. San Jose State's a better team than Eastern Michigan. A little closer to home, probably get more. I think if you're in Eastern Michigan, if you live in Michigan, the last place you're going to go is fucking Idaho to visit, to see your fucking 6-6 football team play. San Jose State's got a pretty good team. 3.5 is a pretty cheap number. The other game, I'm getting reports that whole Liberty situation with their coach, they've been fucked up. I can't bet Liberty. Toledo can score. I know Liberty early on in the year it looked good, but with that whole fucking mess they went through with the coach and shit like that, they haven't been the same team. I'm going to lay it 3.5 with Toledo against Liberty. On Wednesday, I don't know if we'll be on the show in time for you to get the bet down, but I bet Western Kentucky +4 against South Alabama. When Western Kentucky gets their offense rolling, they're really, really good. I think if you could give them 4 points and you're not a really big time team, and South Alabama's okay. I mean, I think there's an overreaction on this line based on their last game where they just fucking annihilated some team. But I think Western Kentucky, I watched Western Kentucky play Illinois. It was a pretty good defense. And Western Kentucky, they're good. They're good. They're worth getting 4 points. So those are the bowl games that I have. Hoops, one I think you guys will you'll be interested in. I did bet Xavier. They opened up at 7.5, and I jumped all over it for tomorrow against Seton Hall. Xavier is a really good team. They play really fast. They shoot the ball really well. They're motherfuckers on defense. And with this new coach that Seton Hall has, Holloway, former Seton Hall player, he coached St. Peter's last year. They just haven't gelled yet. I don't know what it is. They've seemed like they played their best game against Providence the other night and still lost. And I'm like, this team is playing like really good, and they still lost. So I'm gonna Xavier at home. They're tough. I'm gonna play them -7.5. Then we go into the real game. We call it the family feud in this house. The Wahoos of Virginia, coming off the loss to Houston, traveled to the greatest university in the history of sports. That would be Coral Gables University of Miami, otherwise known as the U. So here's what we got going here, okay, on this game. Like I said, it's a family. We're going to have 2-ranked Virginia, which that'll move, against 11-1, 25th ranked Miami. The one thing I do know about this game is, and my wife knows it all too well, that for some strange reason, Virginia would play North Carolina can't beat Virginia for years, but they seem to have problems with Miami. I mean, like, why Miami? And then we kind of figured it out. Jim Larinaga has been associated with the Virginia program forever. I mean, he used to be an assistant there, very good friends with the Virginia coach. He's really close. He's close to the program. He knows the defense that they play there, because he's probably one of the best defensive coaches and all around coaches. Very underrated. I mean, Jim Boeheim said he might be the best coach that no one ever knows ever. They're 11-1. When I said there's no fucking way they can make Virginia favorite in this game. There's no way. And they did. They made Virginia a 2.5-point favorite here. And I said, that's all I needed to know. I took Miami in this game plus 2.5 points. And I know it's just a bad spot for Virginia. You know, you got to understand something. You come in and you play some teams and you get off to a good start. And then when you get that first game where you think, oh, man, this team is physical, Houston. Man, this team could rebound. And, you know, you get beat. It's been my history, when you get a top 10 team or a good team that gets their first loss, then the next day, the next game, it's a conference road game. That team is winning probably less than 30% of the time, maybe even under that. I don't know the number, but it's always been a play that I've had in my little. You know, people ask, where do you get your things from? You know, what site to use? I use my head. I mean, I know that. You know, I mean, yeah, the sites will tell me that Miami scores more. They shoot better. They rebound more. They got more steals. They got more assists, and they got a strong history against Virginia. So that's all I need to know, and I'm home. So again, I'm a Virginia guy. I mean, even though I'm, you know, I try not to be a homer, but Miami would have to play awfully bad for them to get beat, and I just don't think the stink has worn off Virginia from the Houston game. They'll be okay, but this isn't the spot where they're going to be okay. If Miami's going to beat Virginia, this would be the time to beat them, coming off a loss, get their first loss. So yeah, I like Miami in that game plus 2.5. I'd even bet them on the money line. Hit the like button. Could I hit the like button?
You can, but I don't. You can. Good try. Not from.
I don't know where it is. Where is it?
Not from StreamYard. You can't.
Oh, okay. I don't even know where it is. People talk about the like button. Like, I don't know. I didn't know.
I'll be honest. I've been betting these teasers most of the year. I don't. There's no option I like in the teasers today. So I mean, I'm not going to agree or disagree. More call me indifferent to the teaser you posted.
Yeah, Pi. I mean, yeah. If I'm against Virginia, you know, it's usually because I feel they're going to have a tough time winning. If you guys got in on time, Siena just jumped out to a 10-2 lead on Bonnie's, like I figured they would. Bonnie's a slow starting team. I don't want putting the eyes on it, but I'm just saying, if you guys listened and you got a chance to bet that game, that was fucking stealing money. Or I just really put the eyes on myself now. But see, that's the shit we're going to do on the podcast. So yeah, we get this first down, game over. Dad, what the fuck? Why do you got to say that? Next play, the guy fumbles and me and him are fighting. You know, that's the shit I'm talking about. Because you know, you like to put the fucking, you like to put the fucking cherry on top before the game is over. So yeah, we guys got you set for basketball tomorrow. We're playing Xavier. We're playing Miami. You should have been smart enough to be on Siena first half in game, and then the ball games. As far as tonight, guys, like I told you, I don't know. I mean, I did what I did.
I think if you need a bet, because I've been trying to, while you've been talking, I've been trying to look for something that could make sense. I think if you guys need a bet because you're a degenerate or a sick fuck, whatever it is,
or both,
or a little bit of both. So Kyron Williams, the number for him rushing and receiving is 31.5. He played 35% of the snaps last week. They're just not playing Cam Akers all that much. They're playing at about 41% of snaps. The way you can move the ball against Green Bay is on the ground. Kyron Williams does not have great advanced peripherals. He's not exactly fast for a running back. He's definitely undersized for a running back. With that said, if he's going to be on the field for 35% of the snaps tonight, 31.5 is a pretty small number. And one thing with Baker where he's different than Stafford is Baker at least checks down. Stafford is really a move the ball downfield quarterback. Baker checks down.
Yeah, he's a master at that. He's a master Baker.
So, yeah, I don't mind that. Kyron Williams over 31.5 rush receive. I think that They know what they have in Cam Akers. This team has nothing to play for. That's why Akers' snap share keeps going up. That's why Kyron's snap share keeps going up. And he was a good pass catcher in Notre Dame. So I think that regardless, I think you're getting a soft number for a guy that's going to be on the field about 35-40% of snaps tonight. So yeah, that's my take. And he's game script independent because he's a better pass catcher than he is a runner. So they'll probably have him as a third down back as well. So while they're trailing, if it's a trail script, I don't think it matters. I think he's going to be on the field 35% of the snaps today.
This email just in. Facts, can you ask JJ? I understand.
Good point. I mean, that's a good point, Mitch. Malcolm Brown is in the mix too.
I was fucking saying something. I got to get interrupted here.
You were like reading off kilter though. You weren't like.
I'm trying to understand this guy must be a fucking immigrant. He wants to basically know, have you ever put clothespins on your nipples and how does it feel? Asking for a friend.
Clothespins on your nipples, like the thing they used to hang outside the windows.
Oh, I guess the things you used to put like on the fucking your laundry on clothespins.
That's what I mean. Outside the house with the string.
Yeah. Well, you're thinking about it, so you must have. You're probably trying to find an answer. So obviously you've done it.
I have not done the clothespin on the nipples thing. It seems painful. Like, what's the benefit to it? I guess kinky.
He's asking you. A lot of people like that shit. I don't know. Why do people want to get fucking smacked in the ass and shit like that? I mean,
you do strike me as somebody who'd liked a good ass slap back in the day.
No, I'll be honest with you. I met a girl once, and she was kind of cool. I met her at a club in Fort Lauderdale, and she's like, come back to the house. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? Why not? To do the fucking indecent, So this is years ago before all this crazy like abuse stuff came in. I didn't know what it was. So she says, I want you to slap me in the face. I'm like, what? And she's like, I want you to slap me in the face. I said, why would I do something like that? What's wrong with you? She's like, what are you, a fucking pussy? I'm like, wait, whoa, where is this going here? And she was like into fucking like, and then she turned around and she says, out of clear blue sky, she fucking slaps me in the face. She says, you like it, don't you, bitch? I'm like, whoa. So I told her, I said, listen, I grabbed her by the hair. I said, I've never had a woman in my life, but don't you fucking slap me. She says, that's what I'm talking about. Pull my hair harder. I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Either you're like a nut or a cop, or like I am not getting. I thought we were gonna have a little fucking fun. You're looking to fucking slap each other in the face.
Some people are into some wild shit.
I think Holden's in this one. Maybe Joey too, because he's half Croatian. He must do anything. He don't give a fuck. No, I don't think it was a cop. I could smell a cop like that. That wasn't a cop. Plus we were doing drugs most of the night, so I was younger. But
like, no. Is that just so I'm clear? Is that the rationale behind, like, it was okay for you to do drugs because you were younger? I would argue.
No, I mean, I was young once. I did it when I was younger, but I don't do it anymore. I mean, unless you have some, I don't buy it anymore. No, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, you're out in a club and a girl's like, hey, I got a fucking 8-ball. You're living in South Florida. Hey, I got an 8-ball. What do you want to do? I feel like fucking doing a little blow and doing a little fucking. Nah, actually, I'd like to go to SeaWorld with my son. That's what he would say. Or I want to go see Penn and Teller. No, what are you going to do? When in Rome, you got to fucking do as the Romans do,
Fair enough.
You don't know fucking anything. You just do what you're fucking told, Those fucking, no ballroom dancing tonight?
No.
No.
It'll be, I barely even watch the game tonight, I'll be honest. I will watch a few episodes of Arrested Development with the wife and go to sleep.
Arrested Development, what's that?
The show from like the early 2000s that I recently started watching.
Really?
I don't know how I didn't watch this show originally, but
is it good?
It's a great show. Yeah, it's comedy.
Your sister's watching fucking that show all the time now. Wednesday.
When was she rewatching it?
I guess there's more episodes. I guess she's just started.
It's a great show. I actually enjoyed it.
Do you really?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not somebody who's going to watch it twice, but I thought the show was.
I thought it's a series.
I thought it's a one-season show. I'm not sure they'll have other seasons, but I thought the show was good. I thought the writing was good. Overall, very good.
Ray asked me a question, and Ray, listen to this. I'm at Caesar's Palace at the pool one day, right? I'm sitting next to this real smart-looking broad from Chicago, like maybe in her early 30s, and she's just sitting there laying by the pool like I was, not the nude pool, just the regular pool. So we start talking, and she says, do you gamble? And I said, yeah, once in a while. She's like, are you a degenerate? I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I come to Vegas to get away from questions like this. And she says, when we got here, I checked. We checked in the room. Me and my husband. He gave the bellman $20 to bring our bags up to the room. Went to the blackjack table. He's been there for 12 hours. He comes at 7 o'clock. We have dinner from 7 to 7:45, and he goes to play blackjack for 19, 20 hours a day and sleeps for 4. So he's like, this is supposed to be a fun trip for me. And I said, oh, that kind of sucks. And she says, why did you want to know if I want to gamble? If I gamble? She says, I want to know if you like to gamble enough to go up to my room where my husband's down in the casino playing blackjack and fuck me like the pig that I am. I said, look, I like to gamble, but here's the thing. It's tough to get on the wrong side of these fucking things. I said, look, if you feel like fucking, I got a room. I ain't going in your room because God forbid your fucking husband has to go come into the safe or he don't like fucking pooping in casino toilets. I am not going to be fucking caught in some fucking married broad's fucking bed. But she was, yeah, I mean, you always get offers like that. I mean, it happens. There's fucking, especially when dudes are gambling and they leave their wives there. But yeah, that did happen, and I did not go up to the room. So I would tell you if I did. She was a heavy hitter, huh? She called herself a pig. Cecil Fielder? No, she wasn't. No, she didn't call herself a pig. I called her a pig. Oh, you mean the other one? Yeah. Just can't identify as parking this woman. You just can't. You don't even know the woman, West. How can you imagine? I mean, like, it's a fucking person. Like, you don't have no idea what she even looks like. She had red hair. She was from Chicago. She talked like that. She had fucking tits bigger than fucking Rhode Island. And she was nice. She had them fucking blowjob lips. And other than that, that's it. You should have just plowed right through her. No, man, I don't do shit like that. I mean, I do, but I mean, I don't. It's not a good thing. Anyway, yeah, we're talking one thing. These always winds up in the same direction. This fucking. You ever notice that? It's like a fucking merry-go-round.
Large Marge.
Yeah. Who even said she was large? Where did these come from?
That's what I mean. Like nobody even talked.
I never said anything about it.
And now this poor woman who apparently was an attractive woman from Chicago is now Large Marge.
Yeah, Cecil Fielder, big. Like I never said anything. Never said a word about the girl's size. She could have been. She could have been fucking 90 pounds soaking wet. A crackhead.
All right. Well, gave a few picks out. Obviously, Wednesday, I should be able to join your show.
Oh, great! That's unbelievable. I'll sleep better tonight.
Well, I'm actually going to go see the movie Avatar with your nephew.
You're going to go see Avatar? Was that movie 20 years fucking old?
Well, there's a new Avatar, and we'll likely get stoned and then go see Avatar. It'll actually be a pretty good experience, I think.
Oh, you're talking about John? You're talking about the girl from the nightclub in Fort Lauderdale? Yeah. No. Yeah, that was the one. I don't know.
So yeah, hopefully that's going to be.
I don't do movies. I never last time I went to the movies, I saw Jaws. I don't do movies. No, I take my daughter to the movies once in a while, but I go there to sleep. How much I charge for movies now?
I wouldn't even know. I haven't been to a movie theater since before COVID.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think I have. If I have, it's definitely not a movie I even remember seeing. So
you sleep during the movies?
No, I mean I don't mind going to a movie. I just
here's the thing. I'll teach you something. When you and your wife go to the movies, right? You get 2 popcorns, right? Or tell the guy that you want popcorn because they could double do the popcorn bin. So when you have 2 boxes, right? You don't want to throw popcorn away. Cut the bottom out of the popcorn. So you're sitting here and you put the popcorn in your lap, and then as your wife is grabbing the popcorn, she's jerking you off, and she'll never know. So you cut the bottom out, and you're concealed. Well, in your case, all you need is like a fucking sippy cup.
I mean, I get it. Like, that's cool if you're like passionately dating somebody that you just met. I mean,
or it's cool if you don't fuck your wife and you're 32 years old and you'd rather do videos.
Yeah, but what? Just so I'm clear, rationally, what is cool about a hand job in a movie theater at 32 years old?
It's thinking about Chris knows. I mean, come on. It's just you gotta understand something. It's called building a fucking resume. People do things just to say they did it. Okay? You've got nothing to do. You've got nothing to say. At least if somebody can comment on it, like, hey, in conversation, hey, did you ever get fucking dick in a box? Yeah, of course. But now you can't even comment.
Like dick in the box, that's something you do with either, like, again, somebody you just recently met. You guys have all this lust for each other. I mean, I've been with Kristen now, what, 6.5 years, something. I mean, we're not looking to do a popcorn trick at the movie theater.
I understand that. Let me ask you a question. Before you met her,
Would you and Sharon?
before you met her, do you ever think she went to the movies and caught a dick in a box?
I might have. It might have.
She might have.
It might have.
She might have, and I'm not saying that to be bad, but like, here's the thing: it's called fucking finding out. It's good investigation. You do it if she knows how to do it, and she knows exactly how to reach for the popcorn, or she does it. She's done it before. She's like, "What are you doing? I've never, this is weird." Now you know. And then again, she does that, and you supply the butter. Right?
I don't. Hand jobs have never been it for me, so I couldn't even imagine going to a movie theater, dipping my dick in popcorn and butter, and then getting a hand job.
No, you're not putting your dick in the butter. You're replacing the box with. I mean, I should have said a fucking box of Raisinets in your case, because wasting a whole big fucking thing of popcorn. She couldn't even find it anyway.
I mean, how many enjoyable, orgasmic hand jobs in movie theaters have you gotten?
6. Actually 5.
Was one of them Large Marge?
No, one of them was myself. Well, probably more than one myself. Sometimes when a movie gets boring, what are you gonna do?
All right, so yeah, folks, wish you guys the best of luck with anything you're gambling on tonight. With all that said, do you have anything you want to close out on?
No, I have a feeling that show is becoming a fucking duo. Now, I'll be here on Wednesday. Then obviously Friday's a 2-hour show, so you're gonna be here Friday because I'm off next week. I have to do a 2-hour fucking show on Friday. But so I'm sure you're gonna pop in on that.
By the way, your wife is not happy with you.
She's not happy with me. She texting you when I'm doing my show?
I'm just saying. I heard from a bird that she's disappointed in you.
And really, well, guess what?
Verbally disappointed.
Okay. Well, guess what? Ask me if I actually give a fuck. But seriously, because if she's watching, it doesn't really matter. She's in the West Wing of the house. I don't give a fuck. Okay? It doesn't matter to me. I promise you, I'm not going to sleep anymore or any less. It's not going to matter. She can text you anything she fucking wants. It don't matter. Because here's the deal. I'm leaving. Where you going? Don't fucking matter. I'm going. Hey, listen to me. 15, 16, 17 years, however long we've been married, you knew the fucking score before the fucking door opened. Okay, you knew the deal. At that point, you could have fucking walked. You could have hit the Tamiami Trail, but no, you stayed. You stay, you fucking play. That's it. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, I don't know how much she can fucking gripe to you. It doesn't really matter.
There has been a recent plot twist. Apparently, she's disappointed in me, not you, for entertaining the conversation
about the jerking off in a box. She's jerked me off in the box. You know how many times in the movies?
Off the record, but
that's why she's mad, because she's she's waiting for me to give her up. The time we were at the fucking movie theater in Vegas, she's waiting for me Lake Tahoe. She's waiting. Oh, she's gonna say this. I know he's leading up to saying. I wasn't gonna say a word, but now I'm saying. I remember when you fucking jerked me off in the movie theater in Lake Tahoe. So there you go. Now you got a reason to get pissed at him.
Correct, Bruce. You joined at the exact right time.
Hey, Bruce, what's going on? We're talking about wives jerking each other off and jerking guys off in movie theaters, or at least JJ's wife. Well, I shouldn't talk about my daughter-in-law that way. The popcorn trick. See, Bruce knows. Bruce knows the popcorn trick.
I want to be clear. It's not that I didn't know of it. I'm not a hand job guy. It's like a
because guys are in line standing up to wanting to blow you. Notice how I said guys. I mean, come on. You're a legend in your own mind. I'm serious.
I didn't even say anything.
I don't. Now, a girl comes out to me. It's like fucking 9 piece comes out to me. He's like, hey, you're really cute. You want to come hang out in the back? I'll jerk you off. No, if you ain't fucking blowing me, you just.
I couldn't even fathom the idea of getting jerked off by a guy. I mean, that seems it seems like getting jerked off with sandpaper. It's got to be aggressive.
No, I mean, don't rule it out. I mean, I'm not saying I've done it.
You probably enjoyed a good,
I mean,
a good Josh Allen size hand.
Listen to me. Put a blindfold on. Dude spits in his hand. You never know the difference. I mean, I don't know. That's what Ray said. I mean, Ray might be just fucking with me, but I don't know. I don't. Now we're back to jerking off. Guys jerking off. It was nice when we're talking about women at the movie theater, but now And yeah, you are. You shouldn't be egging me on that way. For somebody who's always preaching to me about stop talking about this stuff, you egg me on. You bring this stuff upon me. Boxwood's better than Mike and Mike's. That's what I said, Wes. I'm saying with him, you don't even need that. You just get one of the fucking small little boxes. You don't need anything.
Mike and Ike. I mean,
yeah, candy. Wes has been around.
What do you think? I have like a fucking stickball bat? I mean, what?
Yeah, Drew. He's coming off like he never jerked himself off. That fucking kid, he used to cut the pants lining out, the pant lining out in his pants. His hands were always in his pocket.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you're discovering what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. I mean, I'll just have sex. The hand jobs. It's cool probably when you're 12, and it's cool probably when you're 50.
Yeah, so he'll have sex. He'll say, "Honey, I got 40. Is that enough?" Like, oh, I'm married. I can do it anytime. Come on, usually give me 50. I don't got 50. I got 40, but
I get it. I get it. You're now past the age of 55, and I'm sure hand jobs are cool again. They were cool when we were 12, and now they're you're passing that line.
Talking about the guy that goes to the fucking boys freshman swim meet, talking about not liking hand jobs. Fucking unbelievable. You can't make this shit up. You cannot. What are y'all talking about? You don't know what we're talking about?
But yeah. Anyway, I feel like this is a good way for us to end the show.
Yeah.
I think this was a good show for you. I think you did a good job.
Oh wow! No way. Thank you.
Yeah.
Approval. You believe that?
Yeah.
Josh Allen hands. Yeah, we're talking about Josh. Nick, we're talking about getting jerked off. I'm sure you know what that is. I remember I took them to see one of those Marvel movies. I'm wearing for. Wes, that has nothing to do with jerking off. That's nothing to fucking do with jerking off. I am new here. How are you guys? Hey, Frankie, we're doing good. How are you?
Frankie, welcome. Welcome
to Frank, hit rewind. It's a pretty good show. Because we're just closing out right now. But it's good to see you here. Hope you come.
By the way, you need a haircut. The shit's woofing again.
I get one Wednesday.
Good.
I get one a week. But it's just because I've had head and I didn't shower today.
Extra sauce, that's a complete crapshoot tonight. There's no obligation on me either way.
I'm gonna end this video.
Looks like Baker likes him some tutu though. If you're into that, but no.
I'm gonna end this video on you right now. Everybody have a great day. Go fuck yourself. Be here Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.
Be here Wednesday.